Hello, grandchildren. Welcome back to another episode of Granny Goatee's Food Review Show, where Granny Goatee reviews your favorite foods. Today, we're going to be reviewing a pizza omelet. That's right, you heard it right. It's going to be a pizza omelet. It's called a Coney Island Pizza Omelette, released from IHOP, and it is predominantly released because of the If movie, which came out this May, shot by Paramount. It's an animated movie for young children, and they had several different items. Maybe I will do another video on some of the other items that they have over there, maybe some of the desserts and pancakes. But what really caught my eye was the Coney Island Pizza Omelette. Okay, it has pepperoni, marinara, onions, bell peppers, sausage, and it comes with a side of hash browns. And I wanted to taste it, try it out. Something unusual, a combination of two different foods. So let's see what it tastes like, grandchildren. If you're here for the first time, please subscribe. And if you like this video, give me a like at the end of it, okay? Or in the middle of it, or whatever. So, If is a movie, if you want to take your children, normally I like to give a little background about the restaurants, but I've done one for IHOP 2 Pancake of the Month ago. So you can check out the April Pancake of the Month if you want to hear the background of IHOP. But If is a movie that came out. It has to do with, and I don't want to ruin the movie too much if you want to take your children to see it. It mostly has to do with a young child who moves to a new neighborhood, and then starts to see imaginary creatures, and then proceeds to help these imaginary creatures find their children. Okay, so I guess it's a fun movie, and I would also like to tell you a little bit about the history of the omelet. Just a short amount of information. It's not very deep, surprisingly, but it's a word that was created or started being used in France in the 16th century, and including to the book Breakfast History, Breakfast History. So the omelet was created in Persia, of all places, and I think it's identical to a Persian dish that they call kuku sabzi. And if you're Persian, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, but I'd venture to say wherever you're watching from, you have a variation of an egg dish that is similar to the omelet. So this is a dish that's really been around all around the world, and in the United States, we do crazy things like pizza toppings. Pizza toppings inside of an omelet. Okay, so anyway, enough with the chitter chatter, and let's go ahead and try this out. Okay, grandchildren, excuse me. So here's the item. It looks like this. Take a look at it in all of its glory. So I asked them to use fresh eggs. It looks pretty good, and it smells pretty good too. So we're going to just try it as is, but you know what I'm going to do? All right, grandchildren, that was a success. The top of the plate gives us a better look at the item. Has most of its integrity still intact. Is integrity the right word? I don't know, grandchildren. I think so. But Granny Goatee barely graduated high school, so cut me some slack. It was a problem child. All right, here we go. Oh my gosh, this is so stiff. It does smell good, but oh, the inside is completely filled with pepperoni, and that's why it's really hard to cut through. Wow, there is a really nice amount of pepperoni in this omelet. Oh, come on. Come on, fork, do your thing. So here we go. Take a look at that. The inside is pretty much just pepperoni and cheese, All right, look at that amount of pepperoni there, grandchildren. You see the peppers, you see the onions. All right, here we go. That pepperoni is so dry. Well, grandchildren, we have a crown to give to IHOP's pepperoni, because it officially is the king of being the worst pepperoni that Granny Goatee has ever had in her entire life. And I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking, worse than the pizza place on the corner of my street that serves those awful pies with that dry AF pepperoni? Yes, worse than that place. By 10 times. Gosh, that was awful. The omelet, the eggs are fine, the cheese is fine, but that pepperoni, it's just awful. There was no pepperoni in that bite, and it's much better. I like the addition of the marinara sauce. It is very subtle. It is not overwhelming, but you can taste that it's there. Sausage is good. Basically, this is an omelet with marinara sauce and pepperoni, but when you eat it, it doesn't taste like a pizza. And I was hoping that's what I would kind of get from this experience, but it simply just tastes like an omelet with dry pepperoni and marinara sauce, and all of the other ingredients are omelet ingredients. Look at this, grandchildren. I cannot get my fork. I don't know if you could see that. I cannot get my fork. Okay, there we go. But it is quite a challenge to get my fork through these pepperonis. I mean, I know it's plastic, but Granny Goatee is pretty strong. Oh, that is awful. Oh my gosh, IHOP. Is this even pepperoni? What is this? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I can tell it's pepperoni, but it is awful. Old or stale. Too salty and dry. I don't know. All right, grandchildren, this is enough of this. Rarely do I ever go to IHOP and be this disappointed. It's Saturday, they were busy, but this is a complete letdown. This omelet with the hash browns was $15.99 plus tax, and it came out to $17.76. $17.76. $17.76. Was it really? Oh, that's an important number for Granny Goatee. 1776, but it's actually 1767. I would have kept that receipt if it was 1776. But still, grandchildren, that is quite expensive for an item like this. Even if you do throw in those hash browns, for it not to be just a home run. Anyway, 1776 was funny. All right, grandchildren, what do I think about this omelet, which I have so many colorful words I want to say, but I'm going to keep it as professional as I can. Talk about being professional as Granny Goatee. That's hilarious. So this omelet, I give it like a 4 out of 10. It is awful. Arguably one of the worst omelets I've ever had. The pepperoni by far is the worst I've ever had. Too salty, too dry, almost tastes stale or old, which is surprising because they just put these menu items on the menu. So the pepperoni they have here, it should be fresh. Oh, excuse me. It should be fresh. It shouldn't have been sitting there for a long time or anything like that. But it's awful. Overall, the omelet gets a 4 out of 10. And the marinara sauce is okay. It's tastes good, but everything else on this omelet, the sausage was good, the eggs, but everything else on this omelet is awful, especially the pepperoni. Okay, grandchildren. So if I were you, I would sidestep this item. If you do go to IHOP and you want to try some of these if movie themed items that they have, and go for something else. They had a cool like French toast magnificent dish. It was like sausage, French toast. They had like some different kinds of pancakes and stuff, and so I would try those instead. This is a fail. Okay, all right, grandchildren. Thank you for stopping by and watching the video. Give me a like if you enjoyed that. If you do enjoy my accurate, no BS food descriptions on these food reviews, and have a good weekend with your friends and family. I'll probably put out this video today, so enjoy the video and enjoy your time with your fam and your friends. Okay, grandchildren, and stay tuned for the next one. All right, thanks for tuning in. Bye bye.